Everybody, how are y'all doing out there this evening? I hadn't got to talk to y'all in a while. I've missed my last two Mondays, and I just wanted to come on and have a little visit with y'all. It's been a little while, I know, but since I've made a video, even actually, but I'm still here. I'm still alive. I went through Thanksgiving, and that was, I guess, there was a lot going on the last couple of weeks, and just hadn't been making any videos, hadn't been inspired to make any videos because I've been tired from doing other things. Move this camera down a little bit. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Sorry about all the junk in the background. I guess I could put something up back there, but it's so messy back there. Let's see. Maybe I can do something. This is a green screen. I don't know if y'all want to see that. Probably rather look at all the junk back there. Let's see. We have a last minute live, guys. That's why I didn't have anything ready. All right. Now, less noise going on in the background with all that stuff. I'm not using StreamYard today, y'all. I'm just using YouTube's facilities, if you want to call it that. But you can tell it's not as good. See this blue line across my glasses? I don't like that. Let's take them off for now. So let's see. Anybody have anything they want to talk about? I don't really have a whole lot. I don't have anything planned. I just want to come on and tell everybody that I am still doing YouTube, and I'll be coming up with some videos soon. I just been thinking about like all the stuff you see on YouTube all the time, all the recipes and stuff that you see for these decadent cakes and all. I wanted to do something that is actually more healthy instead of so much junk food. I know that junk food gets a whole lot of attention, those kind of recipes, but I really try to eat more healthy, and those are the kind of recipes that I would like to incorporate, those kind of meals, incorporate onto my channel. You know, stuff like about nutrition, sharing information about nutrition that I learned. I think that would be more useful to people than recipes about cakes that have a lot of sugar in them, cakes and cookies and candies. All that stuff is just empty calories, really. So I want to talk more about like nutrition and the body being able to rebuild itself and needing the proper kinds of nutrition to do that. Vitamins, minerals, all that kind of stuff that you can't get out of junk food. So that's the kind of things I want to incorporate onto my channel, talking about stuff like that. Even when you do eat junk food, which I still eat junk food, yes, I do. And I'm guilty of buying boxed junk food, which that is a guilty pleasure, I guess. But I find even if you make your junk food at home, it's going to have more nutritional value to it. Like you could make a sweet potato pie, it has sweet potatoes in it. You can control the amount of sugar that you put into it and the amount of spices that you put into it. So That's what we try to do around here. We try to eat more healthy and be more conscious about what we are eating. Also, I mean, if you're going to be hungry all the time if you're eating just junk food because your body's going to be craving the minerals and vitamins and nutrients that it needs. So even when you're filled up, so to speak, on junk food, you're still going to feel hungry because your body isn't getting those nutritional needs met. Does that, I mean, that makes sense to me. I've heard that said more than once, and that makes perfect sense because your body needs certain things to rebuild itself. If you only give it junk to rebuild itself with, your body will rebuild itself. But if you only give it junk to rebuild itself with, you're going to end up with junk. If you give it nutritional stuff to rebuild with, nutritious stuff to rebuild with, you're likely to have healthier cells and all that it's rebuilding. It makes a lot of sense to me. And I've done a lot of reading on the subject in the last 30 years about nutrition because that's something that has interested me. And, like talking about fiber, getting more fiber in your diet. Most Americans don't get enough fiber in their diet. Potassium. Most Americans don't get enough potassium in their diets. I was looking some of that stuff up today, and it said like 97% of Americans are lacking in potassium. And it also said that potassium is a lack of potassium can cause hypertension, which I had never even heard of that before. And it showed like different kinds of food that are high in potassium. And we all automatically think of bananas. And I think it's because bananas do have potassium. They're not the highest in potassium of the foods that are available to us, but they're the easiest probably to deal with because you just grab a banana off the shelf and peel it and eat it and you're done, right? The other things that contain potassium takes a little more work, like dried beans. You would have to cook those. So obviously it takes a little more work to obtain the potassium from those. And it also said that there's something in the beans that kind of block the potassium if you don't drain them. You like soak them overnight and then drain them, and then it gets rid of that so that you can have that potassium available to you. I'm probably not saying that right, but some of you probably get my idea where I'm going with that. But just different nutritional stuff like that, I would like to incorporate into my channel and bring that to y'all because a lot of people just aren't getting proper nutrition or fiber, and a lot of people don't even think about that. Um, so I just want to start talking about more stuff like that and more natural things that you can use. Like I use a lot of essential oils around my house to bathe with for different ailments. You can put essential oils into your bath water and just natural stuff, that you can do. Eating the right foods to get rid of a lot of problems, health problems. Exercising, deep breathing, clean air, all this kind of stuff contributes to better health. And I think, that's a good thing to talk about. More people should be talking about getting healthier, what they can do to get healthier instead of just going to the doctor and getting some kind of medication to solve whatever kind of problem they're having. And of course, the drug companies are just waiting there, for us to show up with our hand out wanting an easy solution. And it's big money for them, but the medicines, they do solve some problems, but they also cause a lot of other problems. So that's something to think about too. You don't want to create 30 problems to get rid of one problem. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, of course, you would speak with your doctor. Some things you would just have to have medication for. I understand that. I'm not saying that people should quit taking all of their medication. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not a doctor and I'm not claiming to be one. So, but there is some things you can do to have a healthier lifestyle. Just the food you eat, the some bad habits maybe that need to be shaved back or gotten rid of completely. So, and also I would like to talk about things like spiritual food, because we're not just physical beings, we're also spiritual beings, and we have to feed that spirit also, And for me, that means reading scriptures, communing with my maker, those kind of things, very, very important to me. And so that encompasses a lot of the kind of things I would like to talk about. Family, that means a lot too to me. Like, I guess you want to say wives and husbands and children and how that all comes together and how it could work better. Talking about stuff like that. So anyway, that's kind of stuff that's been on my mind. That's kind of stuff that's always on my mind. Really, it's always been. And I guess I haven't really talked about those things on my channel as much as I would like to. And maybe I haven't really come to a way of, come to a conclusion on how to present those things in a friendly manner for the public. Because some things are considered, I guess, politically incorrect. Some of the things that my chair is squeaking, y'all. Some of the things that I would like to talk about may be considered politically incorrect, but that is a lot of these subjects is just who I am and stuff that I do think about. So, and I know I'm not the only one. I know a lot of other people don't talk about some things because they also think, well, that's not politically correct. So maybe I shouldn't speak about those things on a public platform like this. But when you have your own channel and you're trying to be unique, you have to be yourself. You can't be anyone else. So sometimes I guess it has to be a little painful for the creator and also for the audience, because everyone's not going to be pleased all of the time. I can't just say things that's going to please everybody all of the time. I can't do that in my own house, much less on to the public like this. So I guess I just have to come out of my own awkwardness and let it rip. So anyhow, we had a big Thanksgiving. There was a lot of family. We did 2 Thanksgivings because, Thursday I did a Thanksgiving here for me and Errol and my son and his wife Jada and the grandbaby Josephine. So that day we made a cornbread dressing. We had a turkey breast because it was just a small gathering, just us. And we did a couple of other little sides. It wasn't a whole lot. We didn't go crazy with it. And I did do a couple of pumpkin pies and not pumpkin pies, sweet potato pies. And my son brought a couple of pecan pies. All excellent. And then the next day, which was Friday, we went to Errol's mom's house and the whole family gathered there. Well, a bunch of them did, and there was a lot of them. His mom and dad had 3 children, and out of all that, they have, I don't even know how many grandchildren and great-grandchildren. It's a bunch. It's a whole lot. But we had a lot of food. Everybody brought something. For me to say everybody brought something is really an underestimation or an understatement of what really happened, because a lot of people brought a lot of stuff. I showed up with 4 or 5 pots myself, and I think everybody else did too. Fruit trays, um, let's see, there was 2 sweet potato pies, a huge fruit tray with all kind of pineapple and apples and, um, oranges and grapes and bananas, just all kind of stuff on there. And then there was cookies, chocolate chip cookies, macadamia cookies, I think is what it looked like. Somebody had made some homemade cookies, the chocolate chips, which those were my favorite. Somebody had made brownies. I guess I'm going in reverse on this meal, huh? Starting with dessert. Um, Trying to think what else they had for dessert. Somebody did a cheesecake. It was just a lot, okay? And then there was 2 cornbread dressings. There was a huge turkey, which they said they paid $50 for the turkey. And I made a deer roast. I stuffed that with garlic, baked that morning, brought it over there. Miss Linda had made a beef gravy. That was delicious. She made a rice dressing. She had some sweet potatoes that she had baked, smothered in butter. Kaylee made 2 green bean casseroles. Tammy made a blue pie. It's like a blueberry pie. It was very good. Had a graham cracker crust. She makes that every year. It's like her signature dessert, and everybody loves it. She also did the fruit tray. I can't remember who all did everything. I know Carly brought some macaroni, and she brought one of the cornbread dressings. Kaylee did the green bean casserole and a rice dressing. She looked that up on YouTube that morning and made the rice dressing, and it was fantastic. Um, Rana did the sweet potato pie and the cheesecake. Somebody did a potato salad that was awesome. I don't know who made that. It was so good. And then somebody did deviled eggs. Um, I just believe all the food that was there. It just went on and on and on. And then, so everybody made plates. We'd used disposable plates. Everybody made their plates. They ate and then built onto those plates to bring plates home for supper. Um, I had a whole dinner plate and a whole dessert plate. It was a lot of plates, okay, that went out of that house. And it was still a lot of food in the house when it was all said and done. And I guarantee you the dogs was very happy that night because they got to eat a lot of that stuff too. So it was nice to see the family, everybody, um, just so many of the family. It was nice to see. Pudding. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the time. That's okay, Pudding. I haven't been, that's what I was saying earlier. I hadn't been doing my lives scheduled on Monday evenings. I missed the last 2. I was over at my mom's on the first Monday that I missed. I ended up sleeping there that night because I was helping my sister that had moved back. We was steam cleaning a carpet over there. So I ended up staying and doing that because when it gets dark here and this new time change, when it gets dark, starts getting dark, it gets dark fast. And I have a good distance to cover driving from my mom's to here. And there's deer. I live in deer country, y'all. And they come out and they don't pay any attention to that road whatsoever. They come right across it. And I don't like to drive in the late evenings around here because of that. I mean, it could happen any time of day, but it's more prevalent, in the late evening and at night, of course. So that's why I didn't make that one. And then last Monday, I don't remember what was going on, why I didn't do it, but I didn't. And then today I said, I better do one because they're going to be wondering what's going on with me. I won't let you hit the thumbs up. It's because I don't know why, Puddin', but it could be something to do with I'm doing this live on my computer in the house, which I always do that pretty much. But I'm not using StreamYard. I'm using just the YouTube studio. Because when I realized what time it was, I didn't have time to go in and schedule on StreamYard and prepare all of that. So I just said, oh, well, I'll go in and use YouTube Studio. That'll be fine. And it is. Thank you. Um, I appreciate that. So, how was your Thanksgiving, Puddin'? Let's hear about that. See how yours went. I don't know if I can put your comments up on this screen or not. Let me look. I'm not used to doing it on here. So who knows? Just looking at the I see you have a little crown, a number one and a crown for being a top fan. Got all kind of stuff on here I've never seen before. I don't think it's you. I've been having issues even after watching videos, so I'll come back and hit the thumbs up button. Okay. Well, that's good. I appreciate it. I appreciate the little thumbs up. I take what I can get here. Take my glasses off because it has a really bad glare on this setup here for some reason. We had a good Thanksgiving. Glad it's over and no more leftovers. Yes, no more leftovers. I know. I'm so tired of eating cornbread dressing. I told Errol today, I said, I don't want any more of that cornbread dressing. You can give it to the dogs, divvy it up. We made cornbread dressing for 3 days, y'all. We had to, because I had some chickens in the freezer, that was homegrown chickens. And they tend to be kind of tough. So you have to boil them for a long time. So the first day we boiled chickens and made broth from that, and it took forever, like all day. And then the next day, well, then we put all that in the refrigerator. And then the next day we made the cornbread and we put it all together. And then the next day we actually baked it. So it's like a 3-day process of making cornbread dressing. I know it's not supposed to take that long, y'all, but we don't make cornbread dressing every day. And evidently that's why. Oh, I love cornbread dressing. And we put sage in it like Errol's mama does. It was so good. She always makes a very good cornbread dressing. And she put sage in it, and it's delicious. It is so good. I like it a lot. And then last year, when we did Thanksgiving at Scarlett's house, which is my niece, we was expecting Miss Linda to come with that cornbread dressing, and she didn't show up. And everybody was like, oh man, we need the cornbread dressing. So we didn't even have it last year. So this year I said, well, I'm gonna at least try to make it similar to hers. But it wasn't exactly like hers, but it was very close. I can't believe it's December already, and soon will be 2026. We had a ton of cornbread dressing too. My mother-in-law's recipe, she made it. My son's favorite thing. My son's favorite thing too. That cornbread dressing. I love it too now. And we made it with chicken like my mother-in-law does. When I have made it in the past, I always used ground meat, like deer meat, because that's usually what we have around here, and I just use whatever we have. Well, we had the chicken this year, and I realized that I had been making it wrong all these years. I needed to use chicken, And so that's what I did. And hey, it was good. Everybody said it was good. Oh, I didn't lose you, Linus. With all that, those 2 weeks away, I said I might lose Linus. He might find somebody else to watch. It's a lot of people waiting in line to take anybody's space, really. Yeah, Linus. Long time no see. Oh, well, great. I'm glad. I sure appreciate it. That's good. So I know you're in Germany, and this is probably going to be a really crazy question because I ought to know better. But I mean, Thanksgiving, that's an American holiday. Do y'all celebrate something similar there in Germany? I'm always questioning Linus about what's going on in Germany. Yeah, that is amazing news. I never thought I would get to 2.5. I sure didn't. Especially when it first started, and I had like 2 subscribers. Uh, Never thought I would get this many. I was talking about I want to do more videos about nutrition and natural remedies and that kind of stuff because really that's who I am. So there is no holiday here as far as I know, but these Germans do celebrate something at home. Yeah. Guess there's always something to celebrate, something to be thankful for everywhere. Of course. I have a lot to be thankful for. I was thinking the other day my dryer broke, but I'm thankful that I have a clothesline on my back porch. Still, when I wash my clothes, I can take them up the washing machine and just hang them on the line that I have there on the back porch. So that's something to be thankful for. Um, when something goes wrong, I try to find the positive in it. If something irritates me, like the dog next door barks a lot, and that is very irritating to me at times, especially when I'm trying to rest or relax and the dog's barking, barking. I tell myself, well, at least I can hear, I can hear. So that's good. You got to look at things on the bright side. Yeah, easy and simple, and it's delicious. Yes. Yes, I'm learning to be thankful for the small things like peanut butter, hazelnut cream, or potatoes. Potatoes have a lot of potassium. They're very high in potassium, which is awesome. I don't think people hear that enough. Potatoes have a lot of potassium in it. The requirements for potassium are very high, but I was watching some videos on it. It's like 97% of Americans are low in potassium. And also, I found out that when you're low in potassium, it's something that can cause hypertension, which I did not know. I did not know that. And there's a lot of things that are very high in potassium, like dried beans. You can cook those and avocados. Bananas always come to mind for potassium, but actually, a half of an avocado can supply more potassium than a whole banana. So there's other choices out there to get your potassium for the day. Awesome. Yes, Linus says he's changed his eating habits and now I'm eating healthy. Yes, that's what I want. I've been thinking about this, and we talk about this kind of stuff here all the time. Maybe not necessarily so much on my channel, but me and Mr. E, we talk about nutrition all the time. And I've got all kind of books on nutrition that I've ordered and read through the years. And with YouTube, there's so much information out there that you can get from actual specialists. So you're getting right information. You can kind of discern. I mean, some stuff you get out there is not going to be right, granted, but a lot of it is. Hey, Brett, how you doing? Glad to see you. You skipping around out there? I like to do that sometimes too. You doing okay in Arkansas over there? I seen Peter been having a lot of trouble with his cats over there. Well, that one cat, I'm trying to think what's that one's name, Smokey, I think. Poor little Smokey. Yeah, poor little Smokey. I feel so bad for Peter. It seems like he's always having some kind of trouble with them cats. He's got a lot of them. I know when I had a lot of goats at one time and they were overstocked, I had problems with them. Um, I think any animals that you have that are overstocked, you may have trouble with. Now, I'm not saying that he's overstocked. I'm saying for me, I noticed that. But he does seem to have a few problems with the cats kind of often. I feel so bad for him because he loves those cats so much and he treats them so good. You can tell he don't do nothing wrong. He's totally taking care of them cats. He feeds them and he tends to their needs. He makes sure they got something to play on. He brings them to the vet every time they need to go. I know he's taking good care of them. Okay, let's see. Stay warm. Getting colder with a chance of snow tonight. Oh, Lord. I think we're supposed to get like 29 tomorrow night, which will be the second coldest night this season. We had the 28 degrees, which killed the tomato plants and, the summer vegetable plants. And then nothing. It got hot like it was summer again. And then tomorrow night, we're supposed to get 29 degrees, I think. It's raining right now. It's very gloomy, depressing kind of weather right now. And then I got sick. I come just kind of sick. I've been queasy like lately, and I think it's something I ate really. All that Thanksgiving food. Need to let all that just play out and start on some new nutritious food. So I didn't feel too good yesterday or today, really. Just kind of queasy and not horribly queasy, just a little. But I feel better today than I felt yesterday. So let's see. We have 8-legged dogs. Yes, Peter loves his cats. Yes, indeed, he does. Hanging myself at this point are OG live participants on your channel. What do you think? Glad y'all are here. That's what I think. Glad y'all are here. YouTube makes a nice place to visit. It really does. I did do live with KK a long time ago. Just to meet live face to face. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, and that was so nice. I really enjoyed that. When I do StreamYard, I can have people come on where I can share the screen. That's not what I'm on this afternoon. I just use YouTube Studio to do this one. But maybe I'll get back into the habit of doing these on Monday nights because I don't want to lose you guys. I want y'all to keep coming back and visiting with me. I enjoy it. I don't get a whole lot of adult interactivity here. It's just me and Mr. E. And a lot of times we're on different sides of the property. He'll be outside working, doing his thing, and I'll be in the house doing my thing. And then at night, we'll sit down together, we'll watch TV together, we'll talk a little bit. But during the day, we're mostly busy doing our own thing. Even though we're both at home, we're usually on opposite sides of the property doing our own thing. At lunch, we'll come together because I'll have to cook us something for lunch. Sometimes he'll do the cooking for lunch, but we'll come together and eat lunch and watch a little TV. And then we'll go back to work, whatever we're doing. For me, I'll do housework. I do the washing of the clothes, mostly the washing of the dishes, but he does do that sometimes too. I usually do the sweeping of the floors or vacuuming of the floors. And I have a small eBay business that I run where I sell fingernails like these little fake fingernails like that. I sell a lot of those. And actually, I've sold some to people in Germany. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're getting to know my side of life. It's nice for me to be able to share that, and it's nice for me to find out y'all's side of life. You know, that is what interests me also. It doesn't do me much good to just sit on here and talk to myself. I want to hear what y'all have to say. There's Peter there. Hey, Peter, how you doing? And how's the cat doing? How is Smokey? Been going to your channel trying to figure that out. I seen yesterday where you said Smokey was still in the hospital. I think it was yesterday evening on your live, which I missed your live, but I went back and found it today and looked at it, and I gathered that much information out of it. We said Peter's name too much. It was all good, so it doesn't matter. But I have my cat here, her name's Kiki. She's fixed. She's an inside cat. She's outside cat too. She does what she wants. If she wants to go outside, she lets me know and I let her out. If she wants to come inside, she lets me know and I let her in. Now, she eats Friskies, y'all. She'll eat Friskies nonstop almost if I let her. But I can't give her a whole lot of it at one time because it'll make her sick because she'll eat so fast. She'll gorge on it. She'll just gobble it down and it'll make her sick. So when I feed her Friskies, I have to give her about a tablespoon of it at a time. And that's not an exaggeration. So yeah, she stays hungry because I can only give her a tablespoon at a time without it making her sick. Okay, y'all, this is what Peter has to say about Smokey. Let me turn this up where we can see. They took Smokey off the IV antibiotics today and are going to try her on oral antibiotics for 24 hours. If everything is good, she'll come home tomorrow afternoon. Well, did they ever find out, like, why? What's the infection? I'm sorry if you said that on your live and I missed it, Peter, but like I said, I missed the actual live last night, and I only looked over it today. Small Louisiana Homestead is here with us. Hi, how you doing? I'm glad you came in. He's got us a French word there that I ought to know how to pronounce, and I don't. Bonsoir. I ought to know what that is. And I bet my mom's saying, you know what that is, girl? Doing well. That's good. It means good evening. Well, what about a pronunciation on it? Do you have that? Bonjour. That's what it is, huh? Bonjour. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Bonjour. That has to be it. Bonjour. Yeah. Okay. That is it. So I watch your channel from time to time because it pops up in my feed all the time. And of course, since we're both from Louisiana, I got to keep up with that and give you a thumbs up, man. Evening or good evening. Bonjour. It's it's some fancy French talk, y'all. Yes, indeed. That's right. We got to, take care of our fellow Louisiana people here. I was telling them that I want to incorporate more healthy type talk into our channel here as far as food and lifestyle and that kind of thing, which myself, I need to incorporate some exercise into my own life. I have a problem with one of my feet though hurting me, so I'm not going to be doing no walking for exercises, but I could do bike riding. Anna, yes, we're from Louisiana, y'all. So glad that you came on here because I've been wondering where you was at, man. Brett. Okay, Mr. Arkansas. I hear y'all gonna have some cold weather tonight. Better get them heaters out. We use wood heat here. Got a wood burning stove and put wood in there, and it really makes the house warm. Works really, really good. So glad, so thankful I have that. So thankful we can get wood for it. So thankful for that. I've got some pretty dry wood. It's like, I know you're supposed to burn dry wood, but this wood is like maybe a little past its prime. It's not rotten, but it's very dry. But it burns good and it heats well. It don't smoke. So it's doing good. I like it. And I also like that you can burn that oak, but it gets so hot. Oh my goodness. When I burn oak in this house, I almost have to let the fire go out and rebuild another one later because it gets so hot. I rather the other types of wood that don't burn so hot. Arkansas. Arkansas. Okay, so that's he's telling me the little play on how Arkansas, how they pronounce it. Arkansas. He's saying. It's raining here now in Florida too, but no snow. No snow here either. And I don't want no snow. I don't know how them people live with that. I really don't. My whole life, I never had to deal with all that. We have snow once in a blue moon around here, and we all get so excited when it snows because we don't ever see it. But like to just live in that for the whole winter, oh, I don't know. I don't think I would like that. I guess if you're raised in it and you're used to it, it's okay. Evidently, because a lot of people live up north and deal with it over and over and over again. But it's not for everybody. Yeah, it's raining here too, Puddin'. It's been raining all day, really. It's supposed to rain all up into the night, and then we're supposed to get a break, I think, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then it's supposed to start raining again Thursday and Friday, which we need rain so terribly bad. It is very dry. We've been in a drought, y'all. We've been in a drought for probably a couple of months. The water table's low here, but we're getting some rain, some very, very much needed rain. And we've been having some sheep and some baby goats. I got two new baby goats. That was born Thanksgiving Day. I think y'all had seen that. I had put a little video with that. And then I had some sheep born, two the day before, and one also born on Thanksgiving. And then this morning, Mr. E said there was two more baby sheep. So it's just babies galore out there right now. And he said they're all doing good. So I'm glad to hear that. Mm. Even if you're raised in the snow, you get very sick of it, Peter said, after 50 years. Oh, I watch those funny videos where you see people having accidents and they get hurt really bad. But the one of the biggest things I see people getting hurt with on those videos is when they come out of the steps in the winter, out of the house in the wintertime and hit those icy steps and wow. And I mean, some people look like they get hurt bad. They land on their tailbone and I mean it some of that stuff's not funny. Yes, those baby goats are so cute. Oh, Josie was looking at them the other day. She was petting them, and Errol said he's going to try to tame some of them down, by fooling with them, petting them, and everything when they're little. So I want to show some more of the little baby goats and sheep in my videos while I have them out there. That's going to be nice. I got very sick after this last snow. No more for me. Oh, small Louisiana homestead. Oh, yeah, that was bad. That was a lot of snow. I'd never seen that much or that kind of snow. Usually when it would snow around here, you could make snowballs. You could form snowballs, but this snow, it wouldn't stick together to make even a snowball. It was very light and fluffy and powdery snow. Been hurt bad falling on ice more than once. Oh man, Peter. I bet. Quit going ice skating, Peter. Brett. Yes, it was very weird, fluffy snow. I agree. I hadn't ever seen it because we thought, oh yeah, look all this snow. We're gonna make a nice snowman with all this snow. We went out there and we tried to put that stuff together and it wouldn't hold together. We gave up on that. We decided we'd just go walking through it, which we enjoyed it immensely. I'm not gonna lie. We really enjoyed that so, so much because we never ever see it. It was like a fantasy land for us to open up the door and see all that snow. I guess y'all must think we're crazy up north because y'all see that all the time. But it was like a miracle to us, even though we've seen some snow before, nothing like that ever. Not here, not here. But yeah, people get hurt on them icy steps. And that's something I watched for too. Whenever we got that big snow, when I went out, I was looking at the ground where I was walking, especially where there was concrete and there could have been slick ice. I hope we don't get no ice, no slick ice like that. When it starts raining, and it freezes as it's hitting the ground or the trees, that's when it causes so many problems for us. I've got a cedar tree out there that got a lot of battle wounds on it throughout the years of that happening to it. But it's still going. It's still giving enough shade to where I'm not going to destroy it. I want to leave it as long as I can because it's in a little sitting area I have in my yard that I really enjoy. I love shade. In the summertime, a porch doesn't compare to a shade tree. A shade tree is a lot cooler than a porch is. Peter keeps trying to perfect that triple axle. I don't think that's what he's trying to do. You can get hurt so bad doing that. Some of the other things I've seen people getting hurt with was trampolines. That was at the top of the list, where the trampoline would like just split on them when they was in, jumping on it. And another one was a hammock. That was at the top of the list for people getting hurt on. The hammock is hard to stay in, evidently. And the hoverboard, that was at the top of the list also. People get on that hoverboard. The little kids, they get on them and they can kind of control them better. I don't know if they have better balance. When they do wipe out, they're closer to the ground. But the ones I seen getting hurt on it was the older people. They would try to get on them. And it was just a bad idea because at first they seemed like they was okay on it, and then it would just slip from out from under them. And yeah, that's a few things to avoid, y'all. A hoverboard, a trampoline, a hammock, and icy steps. There's probably some other ones out there, but those come to mind as some of the top worst accidents. So anyways, I'm getting over this stomach virus or whatever I got going on here. And hopefully I'll make y'all a video this coming week. I've got a lot going on this week already. Pretty maxed out, but who knows? Try to work something in. I have to get inspired though, y'all. Like to just make a video and not be into it. I find that don't really make a good video. I find it makes a better video when you're into it and you're inspired and you want to talk. It's just better. A stationary board. Yeah, exactly. With no ice on it, preferably. That would be good. So, did y'all have a good Thanksgiving, Brett and Peter and Small Louisiana Homestead? How'd that go for you guys? How'd that play out? I'm not going to keep y'all on much longer, but I would like to know that anyhow before I sign off. It looks like I have about 7 minutes left. I don't like to keep y'all longer than an hour. And plus, Mr. E gets tired of watching Star Trek because that's all he can catch when I'm on the internet. Yes, very good at Small Louisiana Homestead. Good. I'm glad to hear it. All right, Brett, Peter, waiting to hear from y'all. And I'm sorry, y'all, that I didn't get Donna on here today. Like I said, I decided this, it was like 5 o'clock. And I said, hey, I'm going to go and do a live. So I got to get with her. She got stuff going on too, It's hard to coordinate. We just got a pre-made turkey dinner with sides and stuff, and it was good because we don't have a kitchen really here. We just have a trailer kitchen. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm so glad you stopped in and said hello, Small Louisiana Homestead. What is your first name, if you don't mind? Because That is something I have not caught in the past. And I want to let you know too that we do these Monday night at 5. It still took like 3.5 hours to heat it all up. LOL. Dale. Okay, Dale. I got your name. See, I take my little notes here. Small Louisiana homestead. Well, I hope you come back and join us next Monday. I'll be looking forward to that, Dale. And I'll be giving your video some thumbs up during the meantime. And try to give you some comments too, because that helps so much. Thanksgiving Day was when I took Smokey to the ER. So I missed dinner. I was invited to. Oh, man. Did they save you some leftovers? I hope you at least. There are so many people with leftovers. You're bound to have gotten something. I sure hope you did. And if not, oh, I could have got you some if you had been close enough to my house. I would have brought you some. I have a neighbor here that Mr. E had brought some stuff to, actually. Yeah. Man, Brett, that took a long time, dude. Okay, sounds good. Good night, Dale. See you on the next one, hopefully. I only had eggs and bacon earlier in the day. Well, doggone it, you must have been hungry by the end of the day. I hate to hear that. We just take for granted that everybody's got these big meals going whenever Thanksgiving's going, but it's not true. I'm having more eggs and chicken. Linus says. I tried to make some chicken soup out of some leftover chicken that I had yesterday, and I was kind of sick and I wasn't in the mood to cook, and it came out really awful, y'all. I had to give it to the dogs today. It's bad. We need a lot of eggs and love them. We eat a lot of eggs. I bet you that's what he said because you use that microphone, huh? That's what you said. We eat a lot of eggs and love them. We do too. Eggs are coming in, we're eating them. Anything that's coming in, we're eating it. Just like I grew some lettuce and I've been making us a salad for breakfast in the morning, and it's good, y'all, because I'll have tomatoes still out of the garden, lettuce out of the garden. I have some carrots that I bought, and I get the canned black olives and some beets that's in a jar. It's called Nellie's beets, pickled beets. They're good. They're kind of sweet. Put all that in that salad with some sesame seeds and croutons and ranch dressing. That makes a good salad. If you have cheese, you can add anything you want to a salad, and that makes a very good breakfast. And it's the word breakfast, I mean, it's actually saying that you're breaking the fast from going all night without eating. And whenever you fast, even though it's just from the day before to the next morning, that is a fast. You are breaking that fast when you eat something the next morning. It needs to be something light, not something heavy, because you're kind of priming your stomach for what's next, the next meal. And the salads work very well. They give you energy. They don't weigh you down. You're getting those vitamins and minerals like I was talking about. So you're getting stuff that's going to help to rebuild your body with good cells. Hey, that's what I want. I don't want to eat junk food in the morning, which I've done that before now. I have got up and eaten cinnamon rolls. I'm just saying. But the This breakfast salad is working out very well, and I feel good. I don't feel weighed down, and I feel like I have energy to go on and complete those tasks that I have laid out for the day. So the breakfast salad is working out very good, and Mr. E is actually giving me 2 thumbs up on it. Okay, Pudding Tang. It was good seeing you. Thanks for coming in, and I'm about to shut it down. But I do appreciate everything you do for me. Thank you so much. I didn't feel like cooking, so I went about 20 hours without eating. Oh my goodness. Okay. From Sri Lanka. Hello. Eggs. Mostly eggs and meat. Okay, so you're doing a lot of protein. Protein. Vegetables are good too and important for those extra other vitamins and nutrients and fiber. Fiber, y'all. Fiber. Especially diabetics. Fiber. Incorporate that fiber, and you can add a little more of the other stuff that you like if you have more fiber. Somehow it compensates. My mom was telling me that because she's diabetic and she does she looks at the labels with the carbs and the fiber, and she explained to me how it works. I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want to get it wrong, but that fiber really makes a big difference in how the carbs unload sugar into your bloodstream. So y'all be thinking about that. Look it up, if it concerns you. Only some vegetables are okay. Well, hey, whichever ones that are okay, do them. That's my suggestion. I know the more vegetables and fruits I eat, the better I feel. And the more sugar I eat, the worse I feel. And I do eat sugar. So he despises tomatoes. Well, I love them. Some people just can't stand them. They don't like the texture of them. My son ain't crazy about them. Me and Errol, we eat them like candy. We love them. Now, my son, he ain't crazy about them. Our granddaughter, she loves them. She eats them like candy like we do. But there's all kinds of fruits and vegetables out there to choose from. It don't have to be tomatoes. All right, y'all, I done ran my mouth long enough, and I'm pretty sure Mr. East ready to not have to watch Star Trek, another episode of it. So I'm gonna get off of here and let y'all go. I hope y'all have a good night. Thank y'all all for coming in, and I hope y'all come back and visit with me next Monday night at 5. Very few fruits are in my diet. Most are way too high in sugar. Pears have a lot of fiber. That might be one that you could use for the fruits anyhow. All right. So we're going to be talking about that some more. Good night, sis. Okay. Good night, bro. Night, brothers and sisters. Hope y'all have a good, safe night. Good, happy, sweet dreams to you all. I got to figure out how to end this thing because, like I said, okay, I see it. Good night, everyone. Good night, Peter. And hope all is well with all the kitty cats there at home, puppy dogs, for all of y'all, really. Y'all and y'all's pets, and y'all's loved ones. All right. Y'all pray for each other, love one another. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye now.